Welcome to our channel, Million Dollars Made Easy. On this channel, we love to run numbers for people. We use the returns for the S&P 500 for the last 100 years, which includes the depression years, and we simply project ahead what similar returns might do for you in the future. So the resulting numbers are simply a possible range of what may happen. Now in this video, going to be looking at somebody in the withdrawal stage. They've given me their beginning balance, their monthly withdrawal amount, and their Social Security amount, and the year to start it. They aren't getting a pension. So we're going to go ahead and run the numbers for this individual. 468,000 saved up. That's their beginning balance. Figure their monthly expenses are 4,000 a month, which would be 48,000 a year. And they're going to want to do a 60-40 asset allocation, 60% staying in the S&P 500, 40% going over to some liquid account, a cash reserve account. So when the market's going down, you're not taking these amounts out of the S&P 500, which is already being knocked down. You want to take it out of over here, cash reserve account. So we're going to run the numbers for every single year for the last 100 years, but there's one thing we need to take into account. I'm just click on the different years to see how often you might run out of money. But the 10.26, you're going to run out of money very quickly. That's way above the 4% rule. But one thing we haven't taken into account is Social Security. They're going to get Social Security. They take it at age 62. Their full retirement amount is 2645 is what their statement says right now. Now, that's at age 67. Now they won't get that amount. They'll only get 7% of that if they take it right now. That's 1852. So we're going to go ahead and do this. This 1852 from the very first year. Now you can see that changed everything. It changed the withdrawal rate from, what was it before? It was, let's see here, 10.26, running out of money in 12 years. And we had numbers like 1941. But look what happens when we click into Social Security. Now you're down to 5.51% withdrawal rate. Still quite a bit above the 4% rule, but let's see how it would have worked out in the last 100 years. Again, using the S&P 500, again with a 60-40 split, increasing that 4,000 a month by 3% a year, but having Social Security kick in from the very first year. It looks like you have a 92.6% success rate after 20 years and 83% success rate after 30 years. This is a 20-year graph showing you the depression years was a problem, and also around the year 2000 was a problem. Why? We've seen this in other videos. The 1930s was a bad decade, and the 2000s was a bad decade. 1970s was also questionable. It looks like in 1970s, it wouldn't have been a problem. Now, if we go out to 30 years, then we got some problems. You see we had numbers like 1973 and 74. The late 60s, you'd be having a problem. In the 1930s. That's why there's an 83% success rate or a 17% failure rate, however you want to look at it. Again, around the Depression years, around 1937 and so on. But every other scenario works out fine. Do you think maybe we can decrease that a little bit? Maybe take a 2% COLA? See if that changes to 7%. If you're not comfortable with a 7% failure rate after 20 years or a 17% after 30 years, let's see if changing your COLA. Again, your COLA is what you give yourself to try to keep up with inflation. Now we get a 5% failure rate and another 5% failure rate after 30 years. So it looks like that COLA made a big difference on your failure rate. But that's what we do in this channel. We can run all kinds of different numbers. We can change this. If, for example, if they wanted to take this in the fourth year Social Security, you'd get more because you waited. So Social Security, if you waited till the fourth year, 62, 63, 64, and 65. Now your full retirement amount would be 2920. It would have grown from there to there because that's what Social Security does, which is a very nice benefit. So 2920 at age 67, but they're taking it at age 65, so they'd be 2531. I'm just showing you what we can do on this channel. 2531. See how often now you might have a problem waiting to take it till age 65. Does that help or hurt? Again, you're taking a 10.26 those first 3 years. I think you're going to run out of money. No, 2%. Looks like it actually helps some. That was very helpful. So now you only have problems in the depression years. You don't even have problems at 2000. You're pretty iffy right there. But that's what we do on this channel. We run all kinds of different numbers for people and see the difference that going from a 3% COLA to a 2% COLA, taking Social Security maybe a little bit later, but you got that much more, so it really helped. So you're getting 4,000 increased by 2% a year the first 3 years. And then when Social Security kicks in that fourth year, You don't need the 4,000 some because the 2531 is kicked in. But that's what we do on this channel. I just want to make sure I'm running the numbers right. 2645 in the fourth year. Yeah, 29. Yep, numbers look right here. Again, that's what we do on this channel, run all kinds of different numbers for people. You want me to run numbers for you, just give me these criteria in the withdrawal stage or these criteria in the accumulation stage. Please consider subscribing to this channel. Let people know about this channel. Let them know that there's a channel out there that will run numbers to give them some idea of what they might have. Please like the videos, and thanks so much for watching.